Good evening, and thank you for joining us for DuckTV News. I'm Sid Dutcher.
And I'm Judith Akiwa. While students are away for winter break, household theft is a concern. Laura Mahaffey has tips on how to keep your property secure over the holidays.
This school year, crime has been an all-time high on campus. With winter break just around the corner, students are heading home, leaving valuables behind. Theft in the dorms is usually a result of students being too trusting, like letting strangers inside and not always locking up. Simple precautionary measures can ensure students' belongings will be safe.
I don't think that I'm necessarily that afraid. Most of my super important belongings I'll take home with me, but other than that, my room is completely locked. I would definitely make sure that anything that is really important to you, that, if someone was to come into your room somehow and steal something, it would be the more expensive things or the more important things. I would just make sure that those things are put away or you have them with you. So even if someone somehow did get into your room, that's not going to be the first thing they see.
According to Officer Rennie, off-campus thefts happen much more frequently than on campus during winter break.
When they live off campus, they maybe live in an apartment or renting a house. Even though they leave and they take their laptops with them, they're going to need to take steps to try to protect their valuables by locking their doors, putting timers on the lights, asking a trusted neighbor or friend that they know to go ahead and check up on their apartment or their home, collect their mail, and even advise the Eugene Police Department if they live in the city of Eugene to see if they can go ahead and do property checks.
Reporting for DuckTV News, I'm Laura Mahaffey. Back to you.
Thanks, Laura. The U of O is making more moves towards energy efficiency. Along with the eWeb Energy Smart Improvements program, the university is replacing the light bulbs in over 63 campus buildings. The old T12 light bulbs will be removed as T8 bulbs, which use 60 to 70% less energy, will take their place. Public Affairs Manager for eWeb, Lance Robertson, explains the financial benefits of this light bulb overhaul.
With a school the size of the U of O, that's a lot of savings. So you're going to end up saving about close to $100,000 a year just by swapping those lights out. So you can see with a project that's almost $700,000, it doesn't take very long to recover all that cost.
Over 1.5 million kilowatt hours will be saved, and eWeb will be covering about 40% of the cost. UO will begin replacing light bulbs this upcoming spring. The project will be complete before December 2012.
Katie Dwyer, a University of Oregon graduate student, has been chosen as a finalist for the Mitchell Scholarship. Dwyer is the first finalist for this scholarship in all of Oregon history. The Mitchell Scholarship looks for students who exemplify academic achievement, leadership, and involvement in the community. If chosen, Dwyer will be traveling to Ireland to complete her master's program and continue her studies in international human rights.
The Lane Transit District was awarded $3 million in funds this year through the Federal Transit Administration. These funds will not only benefit the Eugene community, but also benefit U of O students, which make up 21% of LTD's riders. Director of Service Planning, Accessibility, and Marketing at Lane Transit says the funding will make for more improved rides with LTD.
And with this latest purchase, we'll be almost up to about half of our fleet being hybrid electric. Brake life is extended, oil life is extended, so you don't use as much oil.
On LTD's website, Senator Ron Wyden added these hybrid electric buses will reduce congestion and harmful pollution in the air and help take Eugene's transportation system to the next level. The funds will ensure that every bus includes air conditioning. The Eugene community should expect to see these changes implemented by 2013.
ASCO President Ben Eckstein recently came under fire for his postponement of the EMU section of the Student Rec Center and EMU referendum. ASCO decided more time was needed to coordinate with student groups on campus to make sure their voice was being heard in the decision-making process.
Constitution Court ruled on that and found that he did have the authority and that there was no precedent or reason to remove him from office, especially given that there was actually no rules that he'd broken and he was completely within his obligations and his rights within the office.
Despite the postponement, the referendum will continue as planned. Students will be able to vote on the measure during Week 10 on DuckWeb.
The University of Oregon has recently been ranked in the top tier for research universities across the U.S. Lauren McLean has more on the story.
University of Oregon has been ranked in the top 2% of research institutions by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. This honor places our school at the top of nearly 5,000 colleges and universities. This award is a great achievement for the university, especially because we have a relatively small faculty and research staff. The hard work of the staff has earned the recognition of one of the most prestigious foundations.
The work that I've done over that time has really been to pioneer green chemistry for the University of Oregon, and now the University of Oregon is the world leader in green chemistry.
I think it's crazy. I don't think many people would realize that unless they were told. Yeah, it's definitely a cool selling point for people to come to school for that, because we get a lot of attention nationally, but not necessarily for our research. So.
At over 50 years, there have been a lot of people recruited to the University of Oregon who really embrace that idea of interdisciplinarity, where you work across boundaries. Unlike many other institutions, the University of Oregon led in that area, and it's really part of who we are. It's part of, some people say it's part of our DNA.
This is Lauren McLean reporting for DuckTV News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lauren, and thank you for joining us for DuckTV News. Join us next term for more on the campus and community. I'm Judith Akiwa.
And I'm Sid Dutcher. Have a wonderful break and happy holidays.